Howdy, I'm Dr. Teresa Irwin, and I am the Vaginacologist. So I've been taking care of women for almost 20 years, and I take care of the problems down there. I am board certified in obstetrics and gynecology, as well as female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery. Today, I'm reacting to part 2 of Buzzfeed's Why I Hate My Vagina. If you missed part 1, click on the link above. Okay, so here we go.
We need more sex education, and not just about...
That is a really interesting study. So in Switzerland, they found that the average length of the labia minora was between 0.5 centimeters to 10 centimeters. That's a huge range. I guess that's probably why they selected the number of 5 centimeters. It's kind of in between all of that as the number that we could or should perform these surgeries in those that have bothersome symptoms.
Reproductive health, but what is sexual health? Different changes that go on in different ages in our life, and then also how to talk about it. How do we talk about what's going on with us sexually and normalize it?
So when you're in high school, what they teach you is that if you have sex, basically you're going to get a disease, die, or get pregnant. Nobody ever talks about pleasure.
And you remember the way they depict female.
It is so true. We have such a scarcity of information and education on female sexual and reproductive health. And this is a disservice to women, not just about sex, but so many other things that I talk about on multiple other videos. It is so critical that we get women the right information because they are seeking information from the internet, and many times it's skewed or incorrect or just a partial truth.
Depict female reproductive system. It's, you know, the chart, it kind of looks like Lucifer's goat, which is like pretty rock and roll. But for me, there was no education on the external parts of female genitalia.
I don't have a vulva model, though I only have the vagina. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most doctors will not ask about sex or about sexual anatomy, like they won't.
That is so true. We're not taught in residency or in medical school about the vulva except what each structure is. But to actually learn what the sexual pleasure of the vulva is, not at all. As a matter of fact, when I was in early practice, one of my patients who happened to be a doctor asked me, is female ejaculation something that's true? I didn't know the answer.
Sexual anatomy, like they won't. And they're uncomfortable. I think the reality is most adults, the people who are teaching kids, are not comfortable with sexuality themselves.
So the vulva is actually the external genitalia for female bodies, and that can include the clitoris, the labia minora majora. The vulva is more involved with female pleasure. The vagina is actually the internal genitalia. It's also referred to as the birth canal.
You don't learn your vulva anatomy in high school. What you learn about in high school is not to show your vulva to anybody, including yourself. We judge our beauty, our sexuality, our hotness through the eyes of other people. We don't actually feel it inside.
That is so true. So many times we truly judge ourselves based upon how others see us, and that is a big problem. And it's not just about the vulva, it's everything else. So we really need to learn what we are, who we are, and love ourselves.
Ourselves. So what we're going to be doing over these next 2 days is some reclamation. And what we're just going to be asking you to do is receive. How does it feel as a woman just to be adored?
All right, guys, take notes. This is how you're going to get a woman aroused. Blindfold her, brush a feather all over her body. Take your time. You will be amazed at what it does to her.
To have presence, to have touch given to you, and what happens to your body when you can simply be focused on that. If you don't trust your body, if you're hiding your body, if you're hiding your sexuality, how are you going to be a leader in your life?
I was feeling really empowered and curious, really curious. I was like, okay, wait. I've never heard people think of sex this way. Does this mean that there's like an area of the world where people are trying to lift women up in this way? Like, what?
Cool. I think I might. Can I actually ask you a couple of questions on camera?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Bring it on!
All right.
If we're allowed to grow up learning about the pleasure of being a woman, if we're allowed to grow up loving our bodies, those are the young women that grow up to be the president.
Why is this so uncomfortable? For me, like why is this hard to talk about?
We've heard this as a private part, we've heard this as a dirty part, we've heard messages like cover this, don't show, and we don't really have a relationship with our vulvas. In the words for some...
You know, it's so true. It is natural and expected for men to masturbate, but for a woman to do that, it's not thought of as a very good thing, and they're dirty, or it's many times it has to do with religious beliefs, and I am a perfect example of that. I was told that sex is just for procreation, certainly not for pleasure.
And the words for some people are embarrassing.
So the vulva is the
Vulva, vagina, they just don't feel like a friendly word.
For the vulva can be, for the vulva, that's a hard word.
Vulva, vagina.
I should say, okay, so for the, should I say the?
Vulva, vagina.
Vagina has 3 syllables, vulva has 2.
Vulva.
Female genital area, or?
Vulva.
I'll just say vulva.
Yeah, I would say vulva.
Yeah, okay. Vulva.
As a clinician, I don't think I heard vulva until I was in graduate school, already studying to be a sex therapist.
We are always worried that we are taking too long. And that's because we run on a patriarchal model of the sexual experience.
We carry generations of shame that we've just been hearing these messages and taught these messages, so when we liberate ourselves, it's life-changing.
Most women are cheated out of their arousal. Men aren't trained in it. Women don't have a clue. You need between 15 minutes and 45 minutes or an hour just to get warmed up. You're worried about how you...
Yes, it does require that. Not every time, but need to take the time to help women achieve pleasure.
Get warmed up. You're worried about how you taste. You worry about how you smell.
That whole business about eating pineapples is gonna make you smell better? No.
It can be so startling when you finally realize that your body is beautiful and your sexuality is beautiful, and that you wasted all these months, perhaps all these years, on shame. It's that moment of, oh my God, why did I let this go by?
What brought me to this whole thing was like a deep insecurity with how I look. And I was like, and like that's what brought me here, and that's what the whole video is about, is like getting...
It's kind of great that she had that insecurity, because otherwise she wouldn't have gone down this route, and boy, did she find out a lot more that has really helped her quite a bit. Smart girl.
Getting to know your vulva, understanding what a vulva is, that kind of was my pathway to arousal. By like conquering that, I'm like, wow, there's so much out there. Like, you know, that whole world.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I just want to like pause because it's like such a big deal, and I can like feel the emotion with that.
Yeah, I never like put that first. I think I carry a lot of trauma there too. So it's just like always like a really unsafe place.
Most women have experienced some sort of trauma at some point in their life. Big T trauma, little t trauma, some sort of experience that wasn't great. If you've experienced trauma in your body, connecting with your body can kind of be like returning to the scene of the crime in a way.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like... I've had sexual experiences where not only did I not get what I want, I've had things taken from me. And that doesn't leave your body. Your body remembers things that your mind will let go of. And this was another reason it was so terrifying to connect to my body, because I have so many scary memories there. I've been salivated over by people I don't want to be thinking about me. I don't want to be touching me. And this felt like an opportunity to reclaim that my body is just for myself.
That is such a common theme, and really this is part of a big reason that I'm on the path that I'm going toward, because I did have a lot of psychological trauma growing up at multiple levels, but being able to learn how to manage things and gain more control has really helped, and I want to help women achieve that, because it makes a world of difference and really gives you a lot more self-confidence to conquer what you want to do.
It's like hard to breathe.
You just gotta feel it. Yeah.
So you're going to be doing lotus lift meditation. Ladies, you are so powerful.
You're here in this room with these women. Yeah. You can look around. You can notice that there's other women that get it. That connection, it kind of brings it back down, right?
Yeah. And also like, just kind of feeling like you're not alone. And like, not everybody has the same journey, obviously, but it's just exciting and obviously very emotional, but I struggled with it for a really long time. And I don't know, it feels like a good new beginning and like giving permission to take it on.
Women who are embodied are dangerous. And that's why the culture works really hard to shame us and keep us small.
But not all men do that. I love the messages that are being presented here, but it also puts men in a bad light, and there's so many men that are not.
I think we need to stop waiting for permission to love ourselves. Something Pamela said that really stuck with me was, bodies are beautiful when bodies are embodied. And that's for everyone. I feel unstoppable now. I'm really excited to see where this takes me.
That was a really good episode. There's so much material in this, I could go on and on, but just want women and men to know that the vulva is beautiful, embrace it, and women, learn about yourself, but also teach your partner or direct them to where they can learn. I will put some books and other materials in the description below so you can learn more. And smash that subscribe button so you can learn more about your vaginal health. Thanks for watching.